Mapani. Let's take a look at the headlines. Investment in education key to driving the country to a knowledge-based economy. Francis Town City Council reviews bylaws to create an enabling environment for sustainable economic growth. And in sports, the BOTSWANA Football Association appeals to the business community to assist the mayors make their second appearance at the Women Africa Cup of Nations tournament. Interpreting in sign language is Amantle Babili. Good evening. President Dr Masisi has appealed to residents of Kanye and the nation at large to assist the police with information that could lead to the arrest of people who continue to murder innocent citizens. Speaking this morning in Kanye while consoling the Masire family following the untimely death of Mr. Dr Masisi, aged 86, who is believed to have been killed while sleeping at his home early Monday morning. President Dr Masisi noted that such incidents should be attended to as a matter of urgency as they portray a bad image about Botswana and how citizens relate with each other.
Kanye village is still reeling in shock following an unfortunate incident where Mr. Dr Masisi, the only survivor uncle to the late second president of Botswana, was found Monday morning dead in what is suspected to have been killed overnight while sleeping at his home. Mr. Masisi, who was 86 years old, well advanced in age, couldn't fight off the intruders and is still a mystery at what could have led to this untimely death.
Megala ga go ile le ho dipatshi di ne di le ho ne gona le madi a le ho ga gona sepe se ile gore se tsere le di kitsa dikoloi di ne di le teng ho o ne nga tsana ona tsana hela tota go lebegela gore sa ga go tota o na tsile ko o ka batla hela go mo helletsa botshelo.
Consoling the family following this incident, President Masisi has promised swift action.
Bona gore baba iranyana maikelo le a bone ne ile gona go gapela motho botshelo go le motho mo bone ga se mo re go tletse Botswana go mo go mo la pelo go tse botlhoko ya ne ke tle yana ke metsi puso la ntha mma ke tle go supa ha ke le meno ke la le lona ke ga rogile pelo ya la ka lona ke se lo etsa gore re tla ira bojotlhe bore ka bokgonana mme le re thusa ya ka ntse ke bolela borre ko kgotleng ha ke re le re thusa ke ra botlhe mo Kanye ba ba ka tswa bana le moshwadilane yana wa gore go ka tsogorileng.
Even the family is still in shock over this incident.
Ya go buile go amakaza gore montho o kana ba dingwaga tse di almost 86 aba ka tsa go bolawa ka se se lebegang ele contract killing bana ba rona gore tota ba dule mo tseleng mme ra iso gare le re sena tshepo re tsela gore ke go rata ga modimo
ba Masire ke ba supile ka ha ba le bogetseng khomotso e we le rile jaanong tabuna tshwantsho re ne re o ira jana re nna re le wena re isa malebo go wena ka gore le hatsi le o le eteletseng pele le tlhasetse mina go tsotlhe ha tiro tse di ntseng jana di iragala o gakologelwa ba o ba eteletseng o tle go ema le bona.
President Masisi has assured the family and the nation that government will do all it can to bring perpetrators of such incident to book, as the incident does not portray a true picture of Botswana. On Tatile Boti, BTV News, Kanye.
President Dr Masisi says investment in education is key in driving the country to a knowledge-based economy, calling on young people to change the education narrative and adopt a mindset shift towards the realization of this priority. He was speaking at the Botswana Examination Council's 14th Annual Excellence Awards today, which recognized 36 top achievers in the 2022 PSLE, JC and BGCSE across the country for their exceptional performance. Usidile Unkabezi.
These 36 top achievers are movers and shakers in the education space who collectively contribute to Botswana's aspirations of a knowledge economy. President Masisi, who is passionate about young people's participation in the economy, called on for these young minds to actively adopt a mindset shift which would set them apart and posture them well towards a promising future.
As a nation, we need to nurture and build up the positive mindsets of these young Botswana. Once we do that, a knowledge society will be an easily attainable reality. While still in the quest for change, we count on our youth to change the prevailing narrative about our education and its outcomes. For some time, we have grown accustomed to the unfortunate narrative that the quality of our education, as measured by the academic performance of learners, is not measuring up, not one bit. Debatable as that assertion may be, government has taken steps to challenge the assertion by reforming the education space to promote quality education.
Transitional reform through digitized approaches to education remains an integral aspect of transforming Botswana's education system.
Your performance bears testimony to the ideal that any learner who interacts sufficiently with the learning material will do well in the examination. Current BGCSE awardees belong to the cohort whose scripts were marked digitally through an electronic marking platform that BEC introduced in 2022. They are also a cohort on whom outcomes-based education curriculum was introduced. Some of the subjects that they set for in 2022 were assessed in an outcomes-based assessment approach. They are thus a cohort of pioneers.
The class of 2022 Golden Star awardee and his fellow top achievers remain eagle's eye on actively flying Botswana's flag high and contributing to her human capital development aspirations.
It is because of God, our parents, our teachers who have pushed us, given us the resources. I thank them all. My friends and I, the top achievers BGCSE, will be leaving the country soon. But this is a very great way to live it. Environments of such capacity, filled with such people of high esteem, show us that indeed it is possible to go to greater heights.
Government's significant apportion of its annual budget to the education sector is indicative of its commitment to leveraging its opportunities to drive a knowledge-based economy.
We are basking in the warmth of your support and the support of this government, because year after year, we get the biggest share of the budget to run this ministry. And for that, we would like to thank you and your cabinet.
Botswana subscribes to the ideals of access to quality, free and equitable basic education and training as per the global priorities epitomized by the 2030 Agenda. Utsidile Ungabitsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
In a bid to making substantial progress in achieving Botswana's ambitious goal to become a key export and manufacturing hub by 2036, Pipe World has officially started its operations in Silibepikwe. The Assistant Minister of Trade and Industry, Ms. Beauty Manake, is confident that the company's PVC pipes will secure regional and global markets. Mamusi Siska.
In a strategic move propelled by the Special Economic Zone, SEZ initiative, Botswana is poised to emerge as a formidable player in the international export arena, aligning with its vision for global economic prominence. The Spedu region, at the forefront of welcoming international investors, is witnessing a surge in manufacturing businesses. The Pipe World company, backed by local financing from two financial institutions, totaling 40 million pula, has recently opened its doors to the residents of Silibepikwe.
You'll be able to take your products to the rest of Africa as per the agreements that as a country we signed in the AfCFTA, and this is the right destination for you to come. And I'm hopeful that the next time we come here, when the AfCFTA start operating, where we are or behind will be another factory so that we export many of them into Africa.
While striving for success in the export market, the company has received advice to function as an ecosystem alongside other local businesses in Silibepikwe.
Tumamisang gore eraiso lenna sephato sa dikgwebo mo Phikwe le gweba le ba go yuba mo Phikwe le pipe weld ke sona o boneng puso ya rona raiso e tsere matsapa othe e thomamisa gore ya le thusa ka lehatshe le sengwe le sengwe go bona gore la bula tsa tsinje.
Our commitment is that we deliver high quality products to you, and we will also provide employment of over 300 jobs, and this will be achieved by engaging and transferring skills to more local employees.
Moreover, emphasis has been placed on investing in the well-being of their workforce.
So invest in your workers, impart skills, have understudies to all those who are not Botswana but are holding senior positions in your companies. Have understudies who will take over once those exit. Let us discuss all the difficulties that we encounter so that we try and deal with them together. Don't rush to giving up and closing shops when things are tough.
Upon reaching full operational capacity, Pipeweld is expected to create 100 jobs. Currently, it employs 20 individuals and had 70 people during the construction phase. Masisi, BTV News, Silibepikwe.
Francistown City Mayor Mr. Godisang Radisego says the City Council has reviewed certain bylaws such as informal sector and public health bylaws to create an enabling environment for sustainable economic growth. Mr. Radisego said this during a consultative meeting with the business community on how to facilitate the growth of business in the city of Francistown. Abigail Madorobo.
Francistown City is the central point that has a potential market of around 200 million people, and the city is 159 kilometers from Bulawayo town in Zimbabwe. It is home to the state-of-art Spaghetti Road, which is the first intersection in Botswana. Mr. Radisego says the intention of the meeting is to have a strategy that will grow local businesses, thus boosting the national economy, and also it should be realistic and implementable.
This is just a consultative platform earmarked for the business community together with the production development departments ba Motropong ya Francistown ka maikelo a go tla to unpack the local economic and assess how we can facilitate itsolelo ya toropo ya Francistown le ka re ka e godisang ka teng. Strategy that was compiled ka the period ya 2015-2021 the vision was Ronamo Francistown was a dynamic city promoting sustainable and inclusive local economy. So the objectives, some of them included creating a conducive environment for investment by providing quality services.
Our aim as LED is to ensure that we revive the city and revitalize it after the closure of the mines at Tshwana and Lebo BCL, which had a ripple effect on the economy of the city. The city is a corridor of activity for truckers en route to Zambia and Central Africa.
Participants appreciated the proposed developments.
I'm quite impressed with this meeting because we've been experiencing challenges as the SME, regional access to the information in Chalanzabo Caesar. For what are the opportunities, business opportunities in Francistown?
We are quite excited as BITC to be part of a forum like this because this is where we get to engage with the stakeholders, with the business community, share ideas on how we want to develop and take the city forward. And from the discussions that have been taking place here today, you can see that people are eager to effect change in the city.
Participants were encouraged to commit to mindset change so that they may focus on contributing positively towards local economic development. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, Francistown.
Findings from ongoing consultations regarding the national meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions MICE strategy by the Botswana Tourism Organization have revealed that the tourism sector has some bottlenecks which hinder it from performing to its optimal. This was revealed by the BTO market analyst Mr. Mpora Boloko during their final stop in Khanzi. Angela Enosa with more.
The tourism industry contributes 5.1% to the country's GDP. Although government intends to raise the sector's contribution to 8%, numerous hindrances to its growth have been identified. In view of this, plans and strategies are being developed to ensure that it performs to its full potential and explores all value chains.
Go sa thola go na le a lot of activity mo re go bitsang ka sekgware nightlife a ona le bone ba janala ba tsile mo lehatshe la rona ke letso a bone ke gore ba tswele konte ba ye go bona lehatshe ba itse go le gontsi ka lehatshe gongwe dinako tse leng gore go tswala ka tsone madirelo dira bona gore ba janala ba rona ba se ka nna le nako yone ya go kana tšhono ya go tswela konte go ikakolela monato wa lehatshe la rona go be go nna gape le melao e leng gore gongwe le yone re lemogile gore e ka tswa le yone e kgoreletsa gone gore gongwe go ka nna le gone gore go tswelele.
A 10-year tourism master plan is also on the cards.
It was also intended to grow tourism-related jobs from the current 26,000 to 100,000 jobs, 100,000 plus jobs by the year 2033. It was also intended to increase the international tourist average length of stay from the current, I think, 2 to 3 days to at least more than that, so that the expenditure will spend more money. Transit route, we want to be a destination. It was also intended to facilitate wider citizen participation in the tourism sector and spread the benefits of tourism more widely.
Industry key players saying doing things by the book will take them places.
As long as you abide with Remahupu for counseling and tourism, they check if you have toilets. That's the most important thing. You will have where you put your litter, you have water, they will always give you a license for Hansi Show. So let us do the right things. Sometimes we fail because we don't want to do what we are told to do.
We have proposal that think we can work in this region, but as I said, you are the players in the field. You know what is working in Hansi. What works in Hansi may not be working for any other area, or there's a special need that we need to include in the strategy so that we turn around things in Hansi.
The BTO has over the past few days been conducting workshops with tourism industry stakeholders to engage them fully so they can align and ready themselves to take full advantage of this strategy once it is executed. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Hansi.
Minister of Transport and Public Works, Mr. Eric Molale, visited Molefi Secondary School in Muchudi to appreciate the refurbishment of the school dining hall. Mr. Molale said that public officers should be responsible in emergency works and follow the due process to get infrastructure fixed promptly, which can be achieved through working together. Horata Moranyane and Bofelo Mutsumi.
The roof of Molefi Secondary School's dining hall has been in a poor condition since April last year. This has since prompted the Minister of Transport and Public Works, Mr. Eric Molale, to swiftly work on refurbishing the hall ceiling. Mr. Malale applauded the district leadership on working together, essentially to make the school a conducive learning environment.
And all the districts should take the cue from this project here. They must take the cue from Tirisanyena and Namakaulunye to make sure that the school is functional, the learning environment is conducive. So, it was also to buttress the issue of coordination and development, to commit to working together to overcome challenges.
Classrooms, staff rooms, teachers' quarters, they're in a very bad state. My prayer is for leadership of this district to come together, make sure they do an assessment of all the schools.
The minister urged other ministries to have a budget for regular maintenance for their buildings to ensure safety at all times.
Hazard, because on one side it was the kitchen where food for the learners is being prepared. On the other side it was just rubble. So that is what really got the minister to come here.
After it was reported, an emergency procurement for the works, because Totane so emergency procurement we procured a contractor to come and do the works. They quoted within 5 weeks, and they managed to complete the works in 3 weeks, which was a plus for us because we managed to save on time and we also managed to save on expenditure. We did not go over budget at this project.
Molefi Secondary School Dining Hall is now open for students to use. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Muchudi.
Tato Kosimore is standing by to give us the latest in sports, TT.
Hello, Komuso. Good evening.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great. I had a great night last night.
Because your preferred team won.
Teams.
Are you a betting man?
No, I'm
okay.
not. I'm not. But I could be making a lot of money.
Okay,
yeah,
please
it's only that I
sir.
don't trust myself. Thank you, Komuso Mapani.
But you trust your instinct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I am Tato Khosimore. This is Botswana Tonight Sport segment. Let's take a look at our top story tonight. As the women's national football team, the men's, prepares for their second appearance at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament, Botswana Football Association held a media briefing at Lekedi Football Center, where they pleaded with the business community as well as able individuals to come on board and help raise funds for the team as they prepare for the WAFCON 2024 edition. Hobana Onesehedi and Ran Kemonyane compiled the following report.
The men who qualified for the first time in 2022 in Morocco have qualified for the second consecutive time this year. Just like the previous edition, WAFCON 2024 will be hosted by Morocco. For his part, the BFA Chief Executive Officer Mfolo Mfule said thorough preparations will be vital in order for the team to compete effectively at the Continental Showpiece.
From my own opinion anyway, my standpoint, the way we prepared for the 2022 Continental Showpiece, it was not good preparation, because I remember we just had one game against Zambia and they also refused to game. They didn't do that, and the team was just in camp, and then we went to Morocco. So that is why today we are taking this call very, very seriously. We need to prepare well for this Continental Showpiece.
Head of Marketing at BFA, Masoro Busumani, appealed to different stakeholders and the public in general to come together and assist in whatever means they can for the mass to get necessary training camps.
This is about the women, this is about the women in football, this is about empowerment, and this is about trailblazing women, breaking ceilings, and for the first time, we have the mass consistently giving us pride. If we just make a flashback, in December we took our under 15 women, girls, little girls. They took position 2 in Kosafa in Zimbabwe. Then right now in camp we have the under 17 preparing for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Burundi on the 6th and the 9th. So you can see that there is a trail of success in our women in football. So we need to really come on board and prepare and pledge and commit ourselves, because it's not just for the BFA, it's not just for the government, but football brings us together.
Let the success of our national women's football team be a statement to the strength of unity and determination. Continue to champion gender equality in sports, and let's inspire the next generation of female footballers.
The men are expected to go into their first training camp in Turkey in February before proceeding to Saudi Arabia in April and finally the US in May before embarking on a journey to Morocco for the 2024 WAFCON edition. Ryan Khunyan, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
South Africa and Mali have secured spots in the upcoming quarterfinals of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations tournament held in Cote d'Ivoire. South Africa scored 2 goals against Morocco last night, sending shockwaves across the continent. Evidence Makopa and Tebogo Mokoena gave Bafana Bafana the victory in the second half, kicking Morocco out of the tournament. On the other hand, Mali won 2-1 against Burkina Faso, booking a date with Ivory Coast. Nigeria will take on Angola on Friday to battle for a spot in the semi-finals, while Congo DR takes on Guinea. The president of Botswana Football Association, Macklin Leswiti, has recognized the life of Malatlegi Mangole, who passed on yesterday. Leswiti has praised Mangole's contribution to the growth of local football over the years, dating back to the time he was a referee, to his contribution as administrator at Modisano Fighters and Township Rollers as public relations officer. Octopus Mangolo also rose fame as a pundit on the radio. The funeral arrangements are still ongoing. On that said note, we come to the end of Botswana Tonight sports segment. May the soul of Octopus Mangole rest in peace. Back to you, Komuzo.
Thank you so much, TT. We'll meet again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Sato Khosimori giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Investment in education key to driving the country to a knowledge-based economy. Francistown City Council reviews bylaws to create an enabling environment for sustainable economic growth. And in sports, the Botswana Football Association appeals to the business community to assist the Mets make their second appearance at the Women Africa Cup of Nations tournament. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumos Salmonak. The full rainfall amount recorded this morning at 8. We recorded 60 millimeters over Itokole Primary School, 30 millimeters at Sokoma Primary School, 20 millimeters at Tamaga Police Station, 18 millimeters at Dikara Primary School, 13 millimeters at Tanakane Primary School, 10 millimeters at Bora Junior Secondary School, 9 millimeters at Sisum Primary School, 5 millimeters at Matlotlakam Primary School, 3 millimeters at Madikola Primary School, 2 millimeters at Chanoha Primary School, and 1 millimeter at Mudipane Crops and Lerolwane Primary School. Well, this evening, convective clouds are visible over most areas of our country. We are still expecting some isolated thunder showers over the entire country. Tomorrow, we are expecting some isolated thunder showers over the entire country. And in the morning, we're expecting some warm temperatures at southern and the northeast district. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some hot temperatures. In the afternoon, we're expecting hot temperatures at northern central, Ngamiland and Khanzi district. We're expecting maximums of 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some warm afternoon temperatures ranging between 29 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. Now, looking at some cities in Africa, we're expecting some thunder showers at Luanda and Tananarivo. Showers are expected at Port Elizabeth, Dar es Salaam, and Nairobi. We're expecting some thunder showers at Monrovia, with partly cloudy conditions expected at N'Djamena, Khartoum, and Addis Ababa. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.
The Media Institute of Southern Africa, BOTSWANA chapter chairman, Mr. Thomas Nkoma, says it is the responsibility of civil society groups such as media practitioners and human rights activists to work together in educating communities of their rights in the digital space. Mr. Nkoma said such education is critical in helping people protect themselves online. He shared this recently in a workshop on the current state of the digital landscape.
Now exist in vast and often ambiguous